Hi everybody, this is Linda with Overbrook Quilt Connection. This is block 21 of Stitch Pink and the block is called Celebrity. We are 2/3 of the way through this project, and so it's probably a good time to bring up how much fabric you have left. I still have plenty of fabric of all of my fat quarters. I have not run short on anything, but I tend to be very frugal about how I cut my fabrics, and I tend to keep all of my little scraps in case I can cut another piece out of a little square or a little triangle that I have left. If you have been doing other types of methods for your half square triangles and your flying geese, you may have cut pieces that are larger than what I have. And so if you're running short on any of your fabrics, it's a good time at this point to add in any new fabrics you may need to add in, or to contact Amy at Overbrook Quilt Connection and see if she still has some of them, because you could maybe get another fat quarter or something if you're running low on one. But it's a good time right now to start adding additional fabrics in if you need to, because then it seems more planned than if you just do it on the last block and say, oh my gosh, this kind of sticks out because it doesn't have any, it's only used in one block and it doesn't have a buddy to go along with it. So just bringing that up now before we get any farther into this project. So for making this block, we have some components that we're going to work on first. We're going to make 3.5 by 6.5 inch flying geese that are made out of the background and a medium. And again, those are squared up to 3.5 by 6.5. I used my Wing Clipper 1 ruler to do that. You also make some smaller flying geese that measure 2 by 3.5. Those are made from a light and a dark, and you make 4 of each of those sizes. All right, then we make some half square triangles. We make half square triangles of the background and a dark. Those are squared up to 2 inches. We make 8 of those. We also make half square triangles of the medium and the dark, and we only make 2 of those. Again, all of that's squared up to 2 inches. Okay, then we're going to construct our center star, and that is made by combining our 2 medium and dark half square triangles and put them in with the dark towards the center. And you'll pair them up with 2 2-inch squares that are the medium color. All right, you're going to sew that into a 4-patch, just like we always do. And then add on our make rows out of the rest. So we're going to take one of our 2 by 3.5 inch flying geese and add a light square to either side of that. And we make 2 rows of that. And then our center row, you're going to put your light and dark combination of flying geese on either side of this medium center. Sew that all together, and then we'll add on the next set of stuff. So let me sew this up, and then I'll come back and show you the next steps. I finished the center star. It should measure 6.5 inches when you're done. I know it's hard to tell that that is light pink around the outside edge, but it is. It's not white. But here is the center with the 4-patch in the center with the star around it. Okay. I realize I've kind of shown you the steps a little bit out of order from the pattern, but it seemed more cohesive to me to finish that center and then start working on the corners. So your corner units, you're going to make 4 of them. They are a white square, a light pink square, and then 2 of the half square triangles that are white and dark. And you're going to make those into a 4 patch. You're going to make 4 of those, just like it. Just like that. Okay, so those units look like this. And so around the center, we're going to make, around the center star, we're going to make another star with our big flying geese and the corner units. So let me get this laid out here. And the orientation of the corner unit should be the light pink towards the center. And of course, I don't have all my corner units made, so here is as much as I can show you at this point. So let me finish showing this, let me finish sewing this together, and I'll show you the finished star. Our block is done, and let me just draw your attention to a few match points that we have along the way. When you're constructing the center star, your flying goose should meet up, the point of your flying goose should meet up with the center line or center seam of your 4 patch. So all 4 of those, you kind of need to match those along the way. Otherwise, there really is not much in the way of gotchas with this block. I mean, the way they have arranged the half square triangles, we don't have any seams that are, and I'm going to have to go back. I was going to show you how I press some of this stuff. We've got a lot of bulk right here where those flying geese and the 4 patch seams all come together. So there's a fair amount of bulk right there. Those don't really want to press out very well, so I was kind of forced to press them in. I started to press these seams out on the middle row. I started to press those seams out, but then it really got wonky here in the center, so I ended up pressing them in. And I need to go back and repress that seam and just put a little bit of weight on that and try and get that to stay pressed a little better. Otherwise, you know, just anytime you've got like a half square triangle that's you're trying to press back onto itself is kind of difficult. So just, you know, be careful when you're pressing and just try and keep it as, you know, as good as you can do. But I do think it's a really pretty block. And here's, well, again, I've got my camera tilted down too far to show you the block. So here's our finished block. And I think it's a really striking, pretty block. I really like what they've done with the corners and the center. I think it just makes a really nice looking block. So, all right, this is block 21, Celebrity. So hope you have a good time with it. I'll see you back tomorrow. Thank you.